Man, you ever have one of those moments where life just pulls the rug out from under you? That was me, James Harper, 38 years old, cruising down I-25 through Denver's glittering skyline. Fresh off a red-eye flight from Oslo, I'd spent the last year in Norway, working as an environmental consultant on a wind farm project, crunching numbers to cut carbon emissions. It was grueling long nights, endless data, but all I could think about was getting home to our loft at 1600 Water Street in Lodhu. I pictured wrapping my arms around my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas and Ava. Lucas is 16, a soccer nut with a temper that flares like a summer storm. Ava's 14, quieter, always sketching mountains or scribbling poetry in her notebook. Emily runs a non-profit pushing clean energy, and yeah, we'd had our fights. Me job kept me gone to muck butt. I thought we were holding it together. Then my phone buzzed in the queue folder, and I swear, it was like a bomb went off in my chest. I pulled onto the shoulder, the hum of traffic fading as I stared at the screen. The text was from Emily's number. "Don't come home, James. Lock's changed. Kids are done with you. We're through." My hands shook like I'd just chugged too much coffee. I read it again, each word slicing deeper. Kids are done with. You, Lucas, who texted me after every soccer game, even when I was half a world away. Ava, who sent me photos of her sketches, little pieces of her heart. No way. Our last Zoom call, maybe 2 weeks back, was rough. Emily was pissed I'd missed Ava's school art show, said I was never there, but this felt like someone else's words, not hers. I sat there, the Denver skyline glowing against the dark, all those lights in Lodhu and Reno mocking me. My mind raced back to better days, Lucas, and me tossing a soccer ball in Wash Park, Ava showing me her drawing of the Rockies at a cafe on Larimer Street. Emily and I used to grab beers at Great Divide, laughing about our dreams of making the world greener. Now this text was telling me it was all gone. I typed back, "If that's how it is," my fingers stiff. My buddy Ryan Tate, who's known me since our See You Boulder days, would tell you that's my code for going into fight mode. When I say that, I'm not backing down. I'm planning. I couldn't shake the feeling this wasn't Emily. She's tough, sure, but cold like this. Nah, I called Ryan, my voice barely holding together. "Man, you gotta check this text. It's from Emily's number, but it doesn't feel right. Can you trace it?" Ryan's a forensic accountant, the kind of guy who can sniff out a shady deal from a mile away. He saved my ass before, like when a client tried to dodge a contract payment. "On it," he said, his voice calm but serious. "Stay cool, James. We'll figure this out." I wanted to go home, bang on the loft door, demand answers, but my gut said no. Instead, I punched the address for Claire Monroe's law office into the GPS and headed to Cherry Creek. Claire's a divorce lawyer, the kind who wins cases that make headlines. I'd met her at a sustainability conference a couple years back, and she'd joked, "If your green projects ever tank your marriage, call me." I never thought I'd need her. Her office was on the top floor of a sleek building, all polished wood and floor-to-ceiling windows with a view of the Rockies, their peaks barely visible in the night haze. I walked in, still in my travel-worn jacket, and slid my phone across her desk. "Claire, look at this." Emily sent it, but I don't buy it. Someone's trying to push me out of my family. She read the text, her eyes narrowing like she was sizing up a courtroom opponent. "This is brutal," she said, leaning back. "We can lock down your joint accounts, protect your assets. Any hidden cards up your sleeve? I nodded, feeling a little guilty. I've got a private trust from my Oslo gigs. Emily doesn't know about it. Just a safety net, you know. She gave me a look, half impressed, half warning. Smart, we'll use it. But we need to trace that text and figure out who's behind it. While Claire started typing up legal papers, Ryan called back, and man, his news hit like a curveball. That text, it didn't come from Emily's phone. It's from a burner app, routed through a server in a Reno co-working space. My stomach dropped. A burner app. That's not a random glitch, that's someone covering their tracks. Who's in that co-working space? I asked, gripping the phone. Ryan paused. One name keeps popping up. Daniel Pierce. The name rang. A bell, and not a good one. Emily mentioned him years ago, some renewable energy startup guy from her MBA program. She called him driven, said he was always pitching big ideas. Too big, maybe. I told Claire, and she raised an eyebrow. Sounds like we've got a player. We'll freeze the accounts tonight. Cite suspected fraud. You okay with that? I nodded, my jaw tight. Do it. I left her office, the Denver night wrapping around me like a heavy blanket. In my rental car, I pulled up a photo on my phone. Me, Lucas, and Ava at a Rockies game last summer. All of us grinning over a pile of nachos, the stadium lights bright behind us. Lucas had his arm around Ava, who was holding up a foam finger. That was my family, my home. No way was I letting some shady text steal it. I drove to a hotel in Lodoo, the city's lights flickering like they were trying to tell me something. I checked in, dropped my bag, and stood on the balcony, the cool air hitting my face. This is for Lucas and Ava, I muttered, my voice catching. I'm not backing down. I didn't sleep much that night, just kept staring at that photo. Their smiles keeping me grounded. Whoever sent that text, Pierce, or someone else at Heed, picked the wrong guy to mess with. So, here I am, holed up in this Lodoo hotel, the kind with craft beer on tap in the lobby and hipsters tapping away on laptops. It's been a day since that. Text from Emily's number. Don't come home, James. Locks changed. Kids are done with you. We're through. Knocked the wind out of me. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant who just got back from a year in Norway, expecting to hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas and Ava, at our loft on 1600 Water. Lucas is 16, all soccer and teenage fire. Ava's 14, quiet, always sketching or scribbling poetry. Emily runs a clean energy non-profit, and I thought we were okay, despite my job pulling me away too much. That text, though, it's like a grenade, went off in my life. And Ryan's news that it came from a burner app, not her phone, has me spinning. Someone's trying to erase me from my family, and I'm not sleeping until I know who. I'm back. At Claire Monroe's law office in Cherry Creek, the Rockies looming through her big glass windows like they're sizing me up. Claire's a divorce lawyer, sharp as a tack, and she's already moving. We need to lock down your joint accounts, she says, fingers flying on her laptop. Bank, investments, everything. If this is a setup, we're not taking chances. I nod, still feeling like I'm in a bad dream. I've got a private trust from my Oslo gigs, I tell her, a bit sheepish. Emily doesn't know about it, just a safety net, you know. She gives me a look, half smirk, half approval. Smart move, James. That'll give us leverage. I'm not proud of hiding it, but right now, It's my ace in the hole. Claire files papers to freeze our joint savings, citing potential fraud based on that burner app. It feels like a counterpunch, like I'm finally hitting back. My phone buzzes. Ryan Tate, my buddy since CU Boulder, the forensic accountant who's digging into this mess. Got something, he says, voice low. That burner app's signal came from a co-working space in Reno, one used by Daniel Pierce. The name's like a jab to the gut. Emily mentioned Pierce years ago, some renewable energy startup guy from her MBA days. She called him charismatic, said he was always pitching big ideas. Too big, maybe. What's he doing in my life? I ask, gripping the phone. Ryan pauses. I'm pulling security footage from your building. Hang tight. An hour later, Ryan sends a clip, and it's like a knife twisting in my chest. It's from our loft's lobby cam, time-stamped last week. There's Pierce, all slick in a tailored jacket, laughing with Emily as they step off the elevator. She's smiling, touching his arm. Lucas, my boy, storms past them, his face dark with anger, backpack slung over one shoulder. Ava's there, too, just standing, her eyes blank like she's used to this. It's not just that Pierce is in my home meets Lucas's rage, Ava's distance. They're my world, and this guy's walking all over it. I show Claire the clip, my voice shaking. He's in my house, with my kids. We need to know what he's up to. Claire leans forward, eyes like steel. We'll build a case, James, but you gotta stay calm. No cowboy moves. Easier said than done. My phone buzzes again. Some read. Emily's lawyer, blowing up about me screwing with her finances. His voice is all pompous lawyer crap, but I cut him off. Talk to Claire, I snap, hanging up. My hands are shaking, not just from anger, but from fear. What's Pierce doing with my family? I pull up a photo on my phone. Lucas after a soccer game last year, sweaty and grinning, holding up his MVP trophy. Ava's next to him, sketching in the bleachers. I was there, cheering until my voice gave out. Emily told them I didn't care. No way. Back at the hotel, I'm pacing the room, Denver's skyline sparkling outside like it's mocking me. I step onto the balcony, the cool night air hitting my face. I think about the time Lucas and I camped in Estes Park, him whining about mosquitoes, but laughing when we roasted marshmallows. Ava, too, showing me her sketch of the Milky Way that night. They're why I'm doing this. I call Ryan again. Dig into Pierce's digital trail mails, accounts, whatever you can get. He agrees, says he'll hack into the co-working spaces network. I lean on the balcony rail, muttering, this is for Lucas and Ava. I'm not letting some startup sleaze steal my family. The city's hum feels like it's got my back, but inside, I'm a wreck. Wondering how deep this betrayal goes. I'm sitting in this washpot coffee shop, the kind with creaky wooden floors and baristas who smile like they mean it. The smell of roasted beans and the chatter of Denver's morning crowd should be calming. But I'm lost in my head, trying to piece together how my life got here. It's been 2 days since that text from Emily's number, don't come home, James. Lock's changed. Kids are done with you. We're through. Hit me like a freight train. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant who just got back from a year in Norway working on wind farms. I was supposed to come home to our Lodoo loft, hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas, 16, and Ava, 14. Lucas is all about soccer, got a temper like a wildfire. Ava's quieter, always drawing or writing poetry. Emily runs a clean energy non-profit. And yeah, We'd had our fights, me job kept me gone to muckbit. I never saw this coming. Ryan, my buddy, found the text came from a burner app, not her phone. And security footage showed Daniel Pierce, some startup hotshot, cozying up with Emily in our lobby. Lucas looked pissed. Ava just lost. That image is burned in my brain. I'm stirring my black coffee, staring out at Wash Park, where joggers and dogs are out in force. My mind drifts back to when I met Emily at a green energy gala downtown, maybe 10 years ago. I was crunching data on factory emissions, wearing a cheap suit. She was working the room for her non-profit, all fire and big ideas. We clicked fast, got married, had Lucas and Ava. Those early years were good weekends, hiking in Boulder, grabbing burgers at Cherry Cricket, teaching Lucas to kick a soccer ball. But my gigs overseas Norway, Japan stretched us thin. Emily's mum passed 3 years back, leaving a family foundation with a weird rule. If Emily neglects family duties, I can take control. I studied it once, out of nerdy curiosity, never thinking I'd need it. Now it's my only leverage. My phone buzzes, snapping me back. It's Ryan, my forensic accountant friend who's been digging into this mess. Got a hit, he says, voice tense. Emily's foundation sent $50,000 to Pierce's startup, labeled as a donation, but here's the thing, it went through a fake charity, not her non-profit. This guy is running a scam. My stomach twists. A fake charity. That's not sloppy, that's calculated. Pierce isn't just in my house as siphoning money Emily's mum left for our family. I grip my phone, pulling up an old text from Lucas. Dad, scored the winning goal today. You watching? I was in Oslo, watching a grainy stream at 3 a.m, cheering alone. It kills me, knowing Emily told him I didn't care. Audit Pierce's books. I tell Ryan, my voice hard. Every cent, I want to know what he's playing at. I lean back, the coffee shop's hum mixing with memories. I think of Ava, how she'd send me photos of her sketches from Denver's art fairs, mountains and rivers in bold colors. One time, she mailed me a drawing of Mount Evans, with "For Dad" in her loopy handwriting. I kept it in my wallet the whole time I was gone. Emily saying I abandoned them. That's a lie, and it's tearing my kids apart. I text Claire, my lawyer, updating her on the fake charity. She replies fast, "This is big. I'll prep a motion to lock the foundation. Meet me tomorrow." I nod to myself, like she can see me. The Rockies peek through the morning haze outside, and it feels like Denver's got my back, urging me to keep going. I pull up another photo on my phone, Lucas and Ava at Wash Park last summer. Him kicking a soccer ball, her sketching on a blanket. I was there, grilling hot dogs, Emily laughing beside me. That was us, a family. Now Pierce is in my place, and Emily's letting it happen. I whisper to myself, he's not taking their future. The coffee shops are liver baristas, steaming milk, a dog barking outside, but I'm in my own world, planning my next move. I'm not the guy who gives up, not when it's about Lucas and Ava. This city, with its mountains and morning light, feels like it's rooting for me, but deep down, I'm terrified of what I'll find next. Man, you ever sneak into your own house like you're some kind of thief? That's me at 1 a.m, standing outside our low-do loft at 1600 water, my heart pounding like a drum. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant who just got back from a year in Norway, expecting to hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas and Ava. Instead, I got a text from Emily's number. Don't come home, James. Locks changed. Kids are done with you. We're through. That flipped my world. It came from a burner app, not her phone, and security footage showed Daniel Pierce, some slick startup guy, cozying up with her in our lobby. Lucas looked pissed. Ava looked lost. Then Ryan, my forensic accountant buddy, found $50,000 from Emily's family foundation funneled to Pierce's startup through a fake charity. This isn't just a break-up, it's a setup. And I'm here to find proof. Emily and Pierce are at a big green tech fundraiser downtown, so I use a spare key I kept in my wallet. The building's quiet, the lobby's marble floor gleaming under dim lights. I ride the elevator to our floor, my stomach churning. When I step into the loft, it's like walking into someone else's life. The cozy leather couch we bought at a Denver flea market is gone, replaced by this cold, minimalist furniture, glass tables, sharp angles, family photos, like the one of us at Red Rocks, are nowhere. Instead, there's e-court on the walls, all green swirls and solar panels. It's like Emily erased every trace of me. My chest tightens, but I'm not here to wallow. I head to her study, a small room with a desk overlooking the city lights. I rummage through drawers, finding nothing but pens and non-profit flyers. Then, under a stack of papers, I spot a USB drive labeled DP Plans. My hands shake as I plug it into my laptop. It's a goldmine. Pierce's startup is planning to move to Austin, Texas, using Emily's foundation money to fund it. There's a timeline for family transition, like he's planning to take Lucas and Ava with them. But here's the twist that makes my blood run cold. The USB shows Pierce is funneling the funds into a shell LLC to dodge taxes, setting Emily up to face an IRS audit. If this goes south, she could lose everything: a non-profit, her reputation, and my kids could get caught in the fallout. This guy's not just a homewrecker, he's a predator. I copy the files, my heart racing. Before I leave, I check the kids' rooms, needing to feel them close. Lucas's room is a mess of core cleats tossed in a corner, posters of Messi on the walls. Under his desk, I find a crumpled photo of us at a Rockies game, him grinning with a hot dog in hand. My throat catches. Ava's room is tidy, her art supplies neatly arranged. On her bulletin board, there's a sketch of Mount Bierstadt, labeled Dad's favorite hike in her careful handwriting. I touch it, remembering the day we hiked it, her laughing as we splashed in a creek. Emily told them I didn't care. That lie's tearing them apart. I leave the key on the kitchen counter. A quiet "I was here" to rattle Emily. Back at the hotel, I call Claire, my lawyer, keeping my voice low. Pierce is framing Emily for tax fraud, I say, sending her the USB files. He's using her money for a scam and planning to take my kids to Austin. She's calm but firm. This is huge, James. We need more to nail him. Stay focused. I pull up a video on my phone. Lucas scoring a goal last summer, Ava cheering in the stands. Their smiles are why I'm fighting. I step onto the hotel balcony, Denver's lights twinkling below. Pierce isn't stealing my family, I mutter. The city's hum like a battle cry. I'm not sleeping tonight, this is war, and I'm all in for Lucas and Ava. I'm standing in Claire Monroe's conference room in Cherry Creek. The Rockies staring down through the big glass windows like they're waiting for a fight to break out. It's been 3 days since that text from Emily's number, "Don't come home, James." Locks changed. Kids are done with you. We're through. Turned my life upside down. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant, back from a year in Norway, expecting to hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas, 16, and Ava, 14, at our Lodhu loft. Lucas is a soccer kid with a temper. Ava's artsy, always sketching or writing poetry. Emily runs a clean energy non-profit, and I thought we were solid, even with my long trips. But that text was a fake, sent through a burner app and security. Footage showed Daniel Pierce, a startup hotshot, cozying up with Emily in our lobby. Ryan, my forensic accountant buddy, found $50,000 from Emily's family foundation, funneled to Pierce's startup through a fake charity. Last night, I snuck into our loft and found a USB showing Pierce's plan to move to Austin, using her money to dodge taxes and set her up for an IRS audit. This isn't just betrayal, it's a calculated hit on my family. The room feels like a pressure cooker as I face Emily and her lawyer, Tom Reed. Emily's in a sharp blazer, her face hard, like she's ready for war. Reed's got that smug lawyer vibe, adjusting his tie. I slide the USB files across the table, my hands steady despite the storm inside. Pierce is using your foundation to bankroll a move to Austin, I say, pointing to the screen. He's funneling it through a shell LLC to dodge taxes, and if it blows up, you're the one the IRS will come for. Emily's eyes flash. You left us, James. She snaps, her voice sharp. You were never here, always off saving the planet. It stings, but I don't flinch. You told Lucas and Ava I ditched them, I say, slow and hard. You let Pierce into our home, and now he's setting you up to take the fall. Look at the files, Emily. She grabs my laptop, scrolling through the Planston lines, bank transfers, that family transition note that makes my blood boil. Her face goes pale, like she's seeing Pierce for the first time. This can't be right, she mutters, but her voice cracks. I lean in, keeping my tone even. Tell the kids the truth about me, Emily, that I never walked away, or I keep the foundation locked down. Claire, my lawyer, nods from the corner, her eyes like steel. Reed clears his throat, all nervous now, but Emily cuts him off. He said he'd ruin me, she whispers, tears welling. Pierce. He's got a fake donor list, said he'd leak it, tank my non-profit's reputation. I didn't know what to do. It's like a punch I didn't see coming. Pierce blackmailed her, played her fear like a pro. Part of me wants to feel sorry for her, but I'm too raw. You lied to our kids, I say, voice low. Fix it. She nods, wiping her eyes. Looking smaller than I've ever seen her. Claire steps in. We need more on Pierce, James. I'm bringing in Lisa Grant, a pie who can dig up dirt. I pull up a photo on my phone of her at her last art show, holding a canvas of a mountain sunset, smiling like she used to. It keeps me grounded. Lucas texts. Right then, Mom says you didn't bail on us. Is it true? My fingers hover, then type. I'm here, kid. Always. Stepping out into Denver's chilly air, I feel a flicker of hope, but it's buried under anger. The 16th Street Mall hums nearby, street performers playing for tips, but I'm in my head, replaying Emily's tears. I think of Lucas, how he'd call me after soccer practice, telling me about his saves, even when I was in Norway. Ava, sending me poems about the stars. Pierce tried to steal that. I mutter, he's going down, the city's pulse like a drumbeat. This isn't just about Emily anymore, it's about making sure my kids know I'll fight for them, no matter what. Man, you ever feel like you're walking into a trap you set yourself. That's me, sitting in this trendy, low-high rooftop bar. The kind with string lights and craft cocktails, waiting for Daniel Pierce. It's been 4 days since that text from Emily's number, "Don't come home, James. Lock's changed. Kids are done with you. We're through." Blew my world apart. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant back from a year in Norway, expecting to hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas, 16, and Ava, 14, at our Lodu loft. Lucas is a soccer kid with a short fuse. Ava's artsy, always sketching, or writing poems. Emily runs a clean energy non-profit, and I thought we were okay, despite my long trips. But the text was a fake, sent through a burner app. Security footage showed Pierce, a startup hotshot, cozying up with Emily. Ryan, my forensic accountant buddy, found $50,000 from her family foundation funneled to Pierce's startup via a fake charity. I snuck into our loft and found a USB showing. He's planning to move to Austin, dodging taxes through a shell LLC, and setting Emily up for an IRS audit. Yesterday, Emily admitted Pierce blackmailed her with a fake donor list to tank her non-profit. I'm fighting for my kids, and tonight, I'm playing a dangerous game. The bar's buzzing with Denver's tech crowd, all skinny jeans and big ideas. Pierce walks in, all charm in a tailored blazer, like he owns the place. I'm at a corner table, sipping a local IPA, trying to look calm. Claire, my lawyer, set this up, pretending to negotiate a quick divorce to get Pierce talking. Lisa Grant, the pie Claire hired, is across the bar, posing as a waitress, a tiny recorder hidden in her apron. I stand, shake Pierce's hand, my skin crawling. "Let's make this clean," I say, voice steady. "I'll sign the divorce papers, give you and Emily what you want, but I need custody of Lucas and Ava, plus a fair payout." He smirks, leaning back. "You're smarter than I thought, Harper. Austin's calling, Emily's on board, and the kids'll love it. My startup's about to blow up." He brags about his green empire, how Emily's foundation is fueling the future. I nod, keeping my face neutral, but inside I'm raging. Then he slips up, voice low. "The foundation's a gold mine. We're moving funds through a few LC keeps Uncle Sam off our backs." My heart races. Lisa's got this on tape. But then comes the twist that makes my blood freeze. He says he's tied the LLCs to a shady crypto wallet, planning to vanish with the money and let Emily take the blame if the IRS digs in. "She's a liability," he sneers. "Austin's a fresh start. He's not just scamming her, he's planning to ditch her." I clench my glass, picturing Lucas and Ava. I met Lucas yesterday at Cheeseman Park, his soccer ball under his arm. He looked worn, eyes red. "Pierce told me to stop whining about you," he said, kicking the grass. "Said you didn't give a damn." It broke me, hearing how Pierce mocked him. I hugged him, said, "I'm here, kid, always." Back at the bar, I wrap up with Pierce, keeping my cool. "I'll think it over," I say, leaving. Lisa texts me, "Got it all. Clean recording." I send it to Claire and call Mark Ellis, an FBI agent I worked with on a fraud case years ago. "Pierce is laundering money through crypto," I tell him, forwarding the file. "He's screwing Emily and my kids." Back at my Lodu hotel, I pull up a video on my phone. Ava reading a poem at a school open mic last year. Her voice soft but strong, talking about stars over the Rockies. Lucas was there, cheering louder than anyone. Pierce is trying to steal that from them. I step onto the balcony, Denver's lights twinkling below, the air crisp. He's going down, I mutter. The city's hum like a heartbeat. This isn't just about Emily's betrayal anymore, it's about keeping Lucas and Ava safe from a guy who'd burned them to save himself. Man, you ever walk into a room knowing it's about to explode? That's me, standing in Daniel Pierce's startup office in Reno. All glass walls and fake ecochic vibes, like he's trying to sell the world on his green dreams. It's been 5 days since that text from Emily's number, "Don't come home." James locks changed. Kids are done with you. We're through. Wrecked my life. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant back from a year in Norway, expecting to hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas, 16, and Ava, 14, at our Lodu loft. Lucas is a soccer kid with a hot temper. Ava's artsy, always sketching, or writing poems. Emily runs a cleaning orgy non-profit, and I thought we were solid, despite my long trips. But the text was a fake, sent through a burner app. Security footage caught Pierce, a startup hotshot, cozying up with Emily. Ryan, my forensic accountant buddy, found $50,000 from her foundation funneled to Pierce's startup via a fake charity. I found a USB showing he's moving to Austin, dodging taxes through a shell LLC to frame Emily for an IRS audit. Emily admitted Pierce blackmailed her with a fake donor list. Last night, at a low-high bar, I got him on tape admitting he's laundering money through a crypto wallet, planning to ditch Emily. Today, it ends. The office is sleek, with solar panel models and a view of Denver's skyline. Pierce is behind his desk, all smug in a tailored shirt, thinking he's won. Emily's there, in a sweater, looking like she hasn't slept. Her lawyer, Tom Reed, fidgets beside her. Claire, my lawyer, stands next to me, cool as ice. Mark Ellis, an FBI agent I know from a past case, is by the door, badge gleaming. I slide my laptop across the desk, playing the bar recording. Pierce's voice fills the room. The foundation's a goldmine, moving funds through a crypto wallet. Emily's a liability. His smirk fades fast. I toss the USB files up, showing his Austin plan an LLC scam. "You're stealing from my family," I say, voice low, and setting Emily up to take the fall. Emily gasps, scrolling through the files, her hands shaking. "You said it was for the non-profit." She snaps at Pierce. He stammers, "It's a misunderstanding." But his eyes dart to the door. Claire cuts in, sharp. "We've got bank records, transfers, your crypto wallet now for the FBI." Mark steps forward, voice calm but hard. "Mr. Pierce, we've been tracking your LLCs for months. Mr. Harper's evidence just sealed it." Then comes the twist. That flips everything. Emily pulls a thumb drive from her purse, voice trembling. I saved his emails. He threatened to frame me for fraud if I didn't go along. The emails show Pierce's blackmail, proving she was coerced, saving her from charges. Pierce's face goes white. "You can't do this," he yells, but Mark cuffs him, reading his rights. Emily's crying now, looking at me. "Why, James?" After what I did, I meet her eyes, steady. "Not for you, for Lucas and Ava." I turn to her. "Tell them the truth about your lies, about Pierce. They deserve it." She nods, tears streaming. Reed mumbles about legal options and bolts. Mark escorts Pierce out, and the room goes quiet. I pull up a photo on my phone. Lucas and Ava at a Denver skate park, him on his board, her sketching nearby. Lucas texted me last night. I miss you, Dad. Ava sent a poem about the stars. They're why I'm here. I step outside, the Reno streets alive with food trucks and murals. Denver's air is crisp, the Rockies glowing in the distance. I mutter, it's over, Pierce, feeling a weight lift. But it's not done. Lucas and Ava need to hear the truth. From Emily, I think of the time we built a snowman in City Park, their laughter echoing. This fights for them, to keep them whole. The city's hum feels like a victory, but I'm still raw, wondering if my kids will ever look at me the same man. You ever feel like you've won a fight, but still don't know if you're okay? That's me, sitting on the porch of my new bungalow. In Highlands, 3 months after Daniel Pierce got hauled off in cuffs. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant who came back to Denver from a year in Norway, expecting to hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas, 16, and Ava, 14, at our low-dew loft. Instead, a text from Emily's number, "Don't come home. James, locks changed. Kids are done with you. We're through. Wrecked everything." It was a fake, sent through a burner app. Security footage showed Pierce, a startup sleaze, cozying up with Emily. Ryan, my buddy, found $50,000 from her foundation funneled to Pierce's scam through a fake charity. I dug up a USB showing he planned to bolt to Austin, dodging taxes with a shell LLC to frame Emily. She admitted he blackmailed her with a fake donor list. I got him on tape at a low-high bar, bragging about a crypto wallet scheme, and yesterday, in his Reno office, the FBI took him down after Emily handed over emails proving his threats. It's over, but I'm still picking up the pieces. The bungalow's small, just off Tennyson Street, close to the kids' school. It's got a porch swing and a view of the Rockies, still dusted with snow in spring. Lucas and Ava split time between. Here, and Emily's new place, a modest rental in Sloan's Lake. She's freelancing now, rebuilding her non-profit's rep after Pierce's mess. I'm consulting locally, helping Denver startups go green. No more overseas gigs. We settled custody without a courtroom fight, 50/50ths, holidays shared. It's not perfect, but it's something. Lucas is sprawled on the couch inside, scrolling. His phone, soccer cleats by the door. Ava's in her room, sketching. I can hear her humming, a habit she's had since she was little. Today, we went to Mount Falcon Park, hiked the trails, the kids bickering but laughing by the end. Lucas kicked a rock, said, "Mom told us she lied about you bailing, Dad," said Pierce made her feel trapped. His voice was quiet, like he's still processing. Ava nodded, clutching her sketchbook. "She cries a lot now," she said. "It hit me hard, me kids, hurting, caught in this mess." I hugged them both, said, "I'm here, no matter what." Back home, Emily texts, "Thank you, James, for saving the kids. For saving me." I stare at it, my thumb hovering. Part of me wants to reply, but the hurt's still raw. She lied to our kids, let Pierce into our lives. I put the phone down, no answer. I pull up a photo on my phone. Lucas and Ava at Mount Falcon today. Him grinning with dirt on his face, her holding up a sketch of a pine tree. It's a start, you know. Lucas's grades are up, and he's back. On the soccer team, practicing like a fiend. Ava's joined an art club, painting murals at school. They're healing, but it's slow. I think of the time we went to the Denver Botanic Gardens, Lucas complaining about the heat, Ava obsessed with the koi fish. Emily was there, snapping photos, laughing. That feels like a lifetime ago. I'm not ready to forgive her, but for the kids, I'll play nice. I step off the porch, the Highlands air cool, the street alive with dog walkers and coffee shop chatter. Denver's got this, Weber Mountains in the distance, city buzzing closet that makes you feel like you can start over. I mutter, we're getting there, kids. The fight with Pierce is done, but the real work's just starting building trust. With Lucas and Ava, making sure they know I'm not going anywhere. I look at the Rockies, glowing pink in the sunset, and feel a flicker of peace, like the city's telling me we'll be okay. Man, you ever look at your life and realize you've come through a storm you didn't think you'd survive? That's me, standing in the middle of a sustainability expo in 5 Points, 6 months after Daniel Pierce got dragged off in handcuffs. I'm James Harper, 38, an environmental consultant who came back to Denver from a year in Norway, expecting to hug my wife, Emily, and our kids, Lucas, 16, and Ava, 14, at our Lodu loft. Instead, a text from Emily's number. Don't come home, James. Lock's changed. Kids are done with you. We're through. Shattered everything. It was a fake, sent through a burner app. Security footage showed Pierce, a startup sleaze, cozying up with Emily. Ryan, my buddy, found $50,000 from her foundation, funneled to Pierce's scam through a fake charity. I dug up a USB showing he planned to bolt to Austin, dodging taxes to frame Emily. She admitted he blackmailed her with a fake donor list. I caught him on tape bragging about a crypto wallet scheme, and the FBI took him down after Emily handed over emails proving his threats. Now I'm rebuilding, and it's starting to feel like home again. The expo's buzzing booths with solar panels, craft beer stands, Denver's tech crowd mixing with hippies in flannel. Lucas is here, showing off a school project on urban composting, his soccer jersey peeking out under his hoodie. Ava's got a table nearby, displaying her latest Sketches mountain landscapes in bold colors. The divorce is final, terms fair, 50/50ths custody, no more fights. Emily's in Sloan's Lake, freelancing for green startups, trying to fix her nonprofit's rep. I'm running my own consulting firm now, helping local businesses cut emissions, staying close for the kids. Lucas won a science fair last week, grinning like he used to. Ava's painting a mural at school, her art club's pride. They're healing, and it's slow, but it's real. I'm chatting with a vendor when a woman approaches Rachel Lee, a climate policy analyst, mid-30s, with a warm smile and sharp questions about Lucas's project. Your kid's got a knack, she says, eyeing his compost model. We talk, and it's easy. Denver's green scene, the Rockies trails, her work with city planners. She hands me her card, says, grab coffee sometime. I'd love to hear more. About your firm. Lucas catches my eye, smirks, and mouths, go for it, Dad. Ava giggles, sketching Rachel from across the room. It's a spark I didn't expect, and I'm not ready, but I pocket the card, feeling something shift. Later, Emily texts, you deserve to be happy, James. Thank you for everything. I stare at it, remembering the nights I wanted to hate her. She lied to our kids, let Pierce in, but she was trapped too. I don't reply, but the anger's fading. At home, Lucas and Ava crash on my couch, arguing over pizza toppings. I pull up a photo, us at Golden Gate Canyon last month, them laughing as we tripped over roots. That's my why. I step onto my Highlands porch, the Rockies glowing under a pink dawn. We made it, kids, I mutter, the city's hum soft. Healing ain't about forgetting the hurt, it's about moving forward with heart for the people you love and for yourself. I think of that text, how it broke me, but I fought back, not for revenge, but for Lucas and Ava. Denver's skyline sparkles, and for the first time, I'm not just a guy who survived him, a dad, ready for whatever's next.